All right, welcome back to our Tiger TV third annual student government debate here. Now it's time for our lightning round. We've chosen some questions at random that we're going to ask the candidates. So each get 2 questions here and only 20 seconds to respond. So please, guys, be brief with your answers here. The first goes to Brooksy. Besides the budget cuts, what are the top 3 issues facing LSU?
I think the top 3 issues facing LSU are maintaining their academic offerings in order to intrigue students and invite them to come and attend Louisiana State University. And with that, along with that comes the retention factor and being able to keep the university at its current population. And then that also feeds into graduation rates and getting students out of here in a timely fashion.
All right, Jay Hudson, if you could have a meeting with Governor Bobby Jindal tomorrow, what 3 issues would you address?
Okay, number 1, thank you for keeping our budget in stable from last year. Number 2, I would like to ask him to continue looking out for higher education and make sure that there is constitutional reform. And then number 3, I would like to talk to him a little bit about, just his background. I find him very interesting. He is a Rhodes Scholar, and so I think that how he rose up to such a high position as a Republican was a very great thing, and I would like to just talk to him a little bit about politics.
All right, Theo, if elected, what are the first 3 things you will do when you get in office?
One of the first things I will do is establish my student hours, in which I'll go out and talk to normal students in the Quad and Free Speech Alley, just so they can tell me exactly what they want and what they want on campus. Also, I want to add the service perspective, add the Go Serve Day on each semester, so that way students can get more involved in the community, and start working on a commuter lot route in which we would have a bus going from the outer skirts of campus into the inner campus.
All right, next round, we'll start with Jay Hudson. Jay, what is your favorite part of campus?
My favorite part of campus is definitely the Indian Mounds. I think there's a lot of mystery involved in that because they don't exactly know, when it was done and what it actually originates from. But it is a beautiful part, and I think it's a great tradition when freshmen actually roll down it, because people will actually ride their cars and they'll be like, "What is that kid doing on cardboard rolling down a big hill?" But there's actually a lot of tradition involved and a lot of mystery.
Okay, Theo, what is your favorite part of the LSU alma mater?
My favorite part of the LSU alma mater is the part that goes. And happy for the love that we have learned to know. Coming from a small town of New Iberia, Louisiana, I wasn't briefed on LSU tradition before I came here, so it was all new. And I'm still learning about LSU tradition, and each time I learn more and more, I'm learning to love my university more and more.
Okay, Brooksy, what is your favorite LSU building or landmark?
My favorite LSU landmark would have to be this building right here that we're sitting in, the journalism building, because it means a lot to me as a mass communication major. And some of you may not know that this building was moved brick by brick from its previous location. And it just shows about the continuing tradition of LSU. We may be facing budget cuts, but we're going to get through that. We will move on, and we will take this university to where it needs to be.
All right. We will do closing statements now. That brings us to the end of tonight's debate portion. Now will be the candidates' opportunity to tell us about them, more about them, and why we should vote for them. We'll start off with Jay Hudson.
Okay. Students First, like I've said many times, is not just a name, it's our mission. I think it was funny because one time I looked on the Reveille website and there was a little comment, "Oh, what a stupid idea, putting students first." Isn't that supposed to be what student government's all about from the very beginning? But me and Danny had sat down and we had really discussed that, with her having a little bit of student government experience and with me having a lot more student government experience with my 3 years in student government. And we have decided that there are just some discrepancies where student government is more focused on the government part, more focused on their own intentions than the overall student body. One thing that I do want to bring up again is the class gift project. We didn't really get much into it, but that is another example of way that student government went far out of its bounds and actually violated the bylaws to get a project through without actually getting student opinion. Now, we know Brooksy's for it and she's gave a good opinion of why she's for it, but I do feel like that when me and Danny are in there, that we're going to keep student opinion in everything we do, whether it be something small or something big like a senior walk.
All right, now we will go to Theo Williams.
I just want to say that Melina and I are very, very passionate about leading the student body of Louisiana State University. And coming up with the concept of going the distance, we realized that we wanted to go out and find the opinions of students rather than sit back and wait for it to come to us. We want to go out into students, get students more involved in campus, and not just student government issues, but we want student government to facilitate the students between the students and the administration, to facilitate the conversation and not just be the representative for that conversation. So we want to give students routes such such as the I Advocate program, such as the Campus Improvement Summit, to go the distance on their own. And we just want to make sure that we know some people have said, based on voting statistics and such, people don't care about student government. Students are apathetic. But I come here now to say students aren't apathetic. Students do care about their education. Students are getting involved with these budget cuts. So we just want to be there to make sure that students know that we as student government are here, and we're going to make sure that their voices are heard during these times. So vote for us on March 23rd.
All right, and finally tonight we'll hear from Booksy Bovalan.
To once again address the issue of the graduate walk, I'm very open about my stance on this. I think it's very important that I'm showing you my passion for this project, and that will relate back into my passion for the university. I've had very candid discussions with students out in Free Speech Alley that I had not met previously, and we've learned to agree to disagree on the matter if they don't choose to support it, and they appreciate my passion and my explanation that I was voting as a representative of the Manship School of Mass Communication at that time, and I was not acting as the student body president because I'm merely a candidate for that honor, for that position. And I do pledge to represent you, the student, in the most representative way possible if I am to be elected to this position. But I'm not going to jump the gun and vote for political reasons or anything like that. I'm going to support what I feel my constituents want me to voice in the Senate. And on a closing note about leading the way, Chris and I are very passionate about this position, this opportunity of the candidacy for student body president and vice president, and we hope to lead the way with
All right,
you
Brooksy,
into
that is
next
your
election.
minute statement. We have heard from all the candidates. They have gone the distance. They've put students first, and they've led the way for us tonight. Thank you for participating. Thank you. Now the decision is up to us, the students. The election is tomorrow on pause. That starts at 7 a.m. to log on and vote for your next student body president. Also on the ballot, you'll be voting for vice president, senators, college council representatives, university court justices, and proposed changes to the student government constitution. We'd also like to thank our studio audience, our live audience, for participating tonight. Thank you guys for coming. I'm Lance Frank. Vote tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. Good night. Thank you, Brooksy.